Hi, this is Sumita. Welcome to English Tutorial Edu. Today we are going to learn about eponyms, which will be helpful to you for your GRE, for ESL, IAS, and all such exams. So, what are eponyms? Words derived from names of real or fictitious people are called eponyms. It is formed from the Greek word eponymous, which means giving name. An eponymous person or thing is one who or which give their name to someone or something. Let us see the words, their meaning, and the etymology, that is, from where the words have been derived from. America, the continent which includes North and South America, got its name from Amerigo Vespucci, who was an Italian map maker. He was the one who said that Columbus had not discovered America and it was a part of the New World. Later on, America got its name from his name. Ampere is the unit of electrical current. It got its name from André Ampere, the French physicist. Achilles' heel is a weakness or a vulnerability. Achilles was a hero of Trojan War in Greek mythology. Only his heel was vulnerable, where his mother held him while dipping him in river Styx. So his mother wanted him to be immortal, and she was granted the wish that if she dipped him in river Styx, then he would become immortal. But she held on to his heel, and that area remained dry. Later on, when during the war it was found out that nobody could kill him, they found out that only his heel was vulnerable, and he was shot in the heel and he died. Atlas is a book of maps, and Atlas was a titan who was condemned to hold the sky for eternity because of his rebellion against Zeus. August means esteemed and respected. Augustus Caesar was the first Roman emperor and he was greatly respected. Braille is the written language for blind people. It is represented by raised dot. It got its name from Louis Braille, the French educator who went blind at the age of 3 while playing. Boycott means to refuse to buy or take part in something. So it got its name from Charles C. Boycott, an Irish land agent who was boycotted for not conforming or following the rules of the land. That is, all the supply and services to him were stopped. Bloomer is a type of female costume. It got its name from Amelia Bloomer, an American feminist who wore her sports pants which ended at her knees instead of the ankles, which was the norm during that time. Boldizer means to expurgate a portions of writing or book. Expurgate means to remove, edit. So it got its name from Thomas Boulder, who was an editor who removed all the objectionable words from his version of Shakespeare's plays. Caesar salad is a rich green salad. It got its name from Caesar Cardini, who was a restorator. Cardigan is a woolen garment with buttons or zip in the front. It got its name from 7th Earl of Cardigan, whose soldiers wore knitted woolen waistcoats to war. Casanova means a womanizer, a person who flatters women and wins them over. So it got its name from Giacomo Casanova, an Italian adventurer and author who was a womanizer. Chauvinism is excessive devotion and aggressive belief. So if someone has blind belief in something or devotion to something, they are called chauvinistic. Nicolas Chauvin was a French soldier full of excessive patriotism and devotion to Napoleon, blind to all his faults. Celsius is the unit for measuring temperature in centigrade or Celsius scale. Anders Celsius was a Swedish astronomer from which we got this term. So, Derby is a race or sports competition or a premier horse race. It was named after the 12th Earl of Derby. Dickensian means melodramatic writing, full of feelings and emotion. So it got its name from Charles Dickens, the author. Draconian means severe measures or laws. It got its name from Draco, the first legislator of Athens in Greece, known for his severe code of laws. Diesel is the fuel used in trucks and other machines, as we all know, and it got its name from Rudolf Diesel, the German inventor. Fahrenheit is the unit for measuring temperature. It got its name from Gabriel Daniel Fahrenheit, who was a physicist. Ferris wheel is a large vertical wheel with seats that remain horizontal used for amusement rides. It got its name from George Washington Gale Ferris Jr. Petersburg, who was a bridge builder. Gladstone is not a stone, it is a type of traveling bag. It got its name from W. E. Gladstone, who was a British statesman. Guillotine is an apparatus for beheading, cutting off of the heads. So it got its name from Joseph Ignace Guillotine, who was a French physician who invented it as a less cruel means of execution. And as we know, in the French Revolution, all the aristocrats who were supposed to be executed were executed with the help of the guillotine. Guy is a man, a fellow. It got its name from Guy Fawkes, an Italian participant in gunpowder plot. Now, Herculean is something that requires great effort and strength. So it got its name from Hercules, the god of strength. Hygiene is the practice of keeping self and surroundings clean. So hygiene derived its name from Hygia, the Greek goddess of cleanliness and chief attendant to her father, Asclepius, god of medicine. So, of course, you have to maintain hygiene at all times, especially when you are ill. Jacuzzi is a bathtub fitted with underwater jets for massaging the body. It got its name from Candido Jacuzzi, an inventor of the Jacuzzi brand of baths. Mentor is a person who guides and advises someone over a period of time. So it got its name from Mentor, who was a guide or a teacher to Odysseus' son Telemachus. Morphine is a powerful drug for reducing pain. It was named after Morpheus, Greek god of dreams. Next is MASH, which is the ratio of an object's speed in medium to the sound of speed in that medium. So it got its name from Ernst Walfried Joseph Wieselmacher, an Austrian physicist and philosopher. Machiavellian means someone who is cunning and unscrupulous. It got its name from Niccolo di Bernardo di Machiavelli, who was an Italian Renaissance diplomat who took any kind of ill measures to win in politics. Next is Macintosh, which is a raincoat. It got its name from Charles Macintosh, the Scottish chemist and inventor. Macadamize means to build road with stone chip and bitumen. So it got its name from John M. McAdam, who was a British engineer. Marxism is an economic policy in favor of communism. So it got its name from Karl Heinrich Marx, the German philosopher. Mercurial means a person having changeable and unpredictable behavior. Okay, mercurial temperament. So it got its name from Mercury, the planet Mercury. So if you are born under the planet Mercury, then you have a mercurial temperament. Mesmerize means to hypnotize, to be taken away. So it got its name from Franz Friedrich Anton Mesmer, who was an Austrian physician, a father of modern hypnotism. Narcissistic means having an unusually high opinion and admiration of oneself. So how did it get its name? It got its name from Narcissus, who was a hunter and son of river god Cephissus. So Narcissus was excessively handsome, and one day when he was looking at his own reflection, he fell in love with his own self. Nicotine is a highly addictive chemical found in tobacco plant. It got its name from Jean Nicot, who was a French ambassador and sent nicotine from Portugal to France. Napoleon complex means an aggressive behavior of people with short height to make up for their stature. So it got its name from French military leader Napoleon Bonaparte, who was a short person about 5 feet 2 inches, but he had a very aggressive behavior. So here we find that someone is hypnotizing the other. Obamacare is a federal law for improving health insurance for US citizens. It got its name from Barack Obama, the 44th president of USA, who stayed as president from 2009 to 2017. Panic means an extreme anxiety causing unthinking behaviors. It got its name from Pan, the Greek god of shepherds who would often cause a stampede among the flocks with his shouts. He was a very naughty kind of person. Paparazzi is a news photographer who takes candid photos of celebrities. It got its name from Paparazzo, a character of news photographer in the film La Dolce Vita. Pasteurization is the process of treating food with heat to eliminate bacteria and increase shelf life. So it just means boiling something. Okay, so if you boil milk to kill the bacteria, you're pasteurizing it. Got its name from Louis Pasteur, the French chemist. Pompadour is a hairstyle in which the hair in front of the head is brushed up into a high mount, like we see here in this picture of Johnny Bravo. It got its name from Madame de Pompadour, who was the royal mistress to Louis XV. Quisling is a traitor. It got its name from Victor Quisling, a Norwegian politician who betrayed his country to the Nazis. Reaganomics is economic philosophy of Ronald Reagan during the 80s. Ronald Reagan was the 40th president of the US. Saxophone is a musical wind instrument with conical brass tube and keys. It got its name from Adolphe Sax, a musical instrument designer in Belgium. Now, silhouette is the outline of an object as seen against the light. So here we see a silhouette. So it got its name from Etienne de Silhouette, a French finance minister of 18th century whose hobby was cutting outlines of shadow portraits. Sandwich, as we all know, is an item of food with filling between two pieces of bread. So it got its name from Earl of Sandwich, who was fond of eating his food this way so that he did not have to leave the gaming table. So he put his meat between two pieces of bread and the others followed his cue. Shrapnel are fragments of shell or bomb thrown by explosion. It got its name from Major General Henry Shrapnel, British artillery officer. Sideburns are facial hair grown on the sides of the face. So this is the picture of Ambrose Burnside, who was a Union leader during Civil War. So here we see that he has sideburns. Tantalizing is enticing, something teasingly out of reach. So it got its name from the king of Phrygia, who was made to stand in a pool of water with fruit hanging above him. And this fruit moved away from him if he tried to drink or eat. The name of the king was Tantalus. Teddy bear, as we all know, is a soft toy bear. So it got its name from Theodore Roosevelt, who was also known as Teddy. He was the 26th president of US and was presented with a stuffed toy bear by Maurice Mictum. Volt is an electrical unit. It got its name from Alessandro Volta, an Italian physicist. Vancouver is a city in British Columbia, Canada. It got its name from George Vancouver, who was an explorer. Watt, as we know, is a unit of power. Its symbol is W. It got its name from James Watt, who was a Scottish inventor. Now, Zamboni is a tractor-like machine used to smooth ice in skating rink. It got its name from Frank Zamboni, who invented the first ice resurfing machine. So if you like this video, please press the like button and subscribe to this channel. If you have some queries, do write it in the comment box. Thank you.